Olfaction, like gustation, which is the sense of taste, is also a chemical sense, and it uses chemoreceptors. The olfactory receptor neurons lie in the olfactory epithelium, in the upper part of the nasal cavity. The olfactory receptor neurons survive for only around 2 months, so they are constantly being replaced by new cells produced from the stem cells in the olfactory epithelium. Cilia contain receptor proteins that provide the binding sites for odor molecules. And the axons of the neurons form the olfactory nerve, which is also known as cranial nerve 1, which will eventually connect to the brain. How does our sense of smell work? For us humans to detect an odorous substance called an odorant, the molecules of the substance must diffuse into the air and pass into our nose to the region over here of the olfactory epithelium. Once the molecules dissolve in the mucus that covers the epithelium, they will then bind to specific receptors located here on the cilia. So they encounter the cilia first. Stimulated odorant receptors in the cilia then activate a G protein mediated pathway that increases the enzyme CAMP, which in turn would open non-selective cation channels and depolarizing the olfactory receptor cell. When the olfactory receptor cells are depolarized, they then send a signal, eventually reaching the olfactory nerve, and the signal gets transmitted into the brain. Different odors elicit different patterns of electrical activity, and that is the reason why we can actually detect up to 10,000 different odorants. And different odorants can also mix together, as in the case when we, for example, use a perfume, mix it with another perfume, and so on.